Hey guys, it's Woodymark here, and welcome to a new BBVA 41212 cheap squad builder. And today I'm going to go through this team. This team did quite well for me, but we'll go through that in a moment. But let's go through the players. We got Casilla in goal, who, for the amount of coins you pay for him, he's actually a pretty good goalkeeper. Like all the goalkeepers, he makes the odd mistake or two, like a few more deflection goals than most. But if you're starting Ultimate Team and making a BBVA team, he's a good keeper, I would advise him. Centre back, we got Rami, who was really good, very solid. Work rate's let him down, but overall, for his price, he is a pretty good defender, especially with pace not being a factor anymore. And Moreno, pretty good, stayed at the back. Decent heading, probably could do better in a way, but I don't know if that's just crosses being OP. Then you had João Pereira, who I would say isn't as good as he was in FIFA 13, but he's still a pretty good player, threatened down that right side, did well for me. And then the left back is Anuez, and he actually did pretty well for me. He really threatened down that wing. I'd actually say he's better than João Pereira. He really threatened those right backs. And then CDM, we got Mario Suarez, who was an okay player. He decent on the ball, but decent tackling, but really he wasn't that solid CDM that you want. But for 400 coins, he's a good player, I guess. And then you got Alberts, the right mid, who did quite well for me. Nothing outstanding, but still he threatened those left backs pretty damn well, so I can't really complain with him. And then, no, not left back, left mid, you got Afellay, who did pretty well, really challenged those right backs, got down that wing, threatened them a lot, did a few nice passes. Should have probably scored a goal or two more with him. He only scored one for me, but nevertheless. And then you got Rakitic, who did very well for me. He was a big provider. He scored a few goals for me. He's got a pretty nice shot. He did score like around 3 penalties for me, so I don't know if that affects anything, but just thought I'd let you know he's a pretty good player. Pace not being a factor. Really good player. High dribbling perhaps is necessary, but for 1,000 coins, he's probably like the best player I've used so far in FIFA. And then you got Morata, who really tall, quite strong, scored a few headers for me, and has a pretty good finish on him. So yeah, he scored 10 goals in 10 games, which worked out pretty well. And then you got Ruben Castro, who was a bit of a disappointment. Very good on the ball, good pace, but bad work rates, never really got up the field. Really weak, not the greatest shot in the world. You could get better in the BBVA. If you know anyone, put in the comments below. Okay, now let's go on to my new bit for squad builders and the in-depth of how this squad actually... Okay, so now this is my in-depth bit. Now, the price of this team was 9,100 coins, which most people now can probably afford. The record of this team was 7 wins, 0 draws and 3 losses, and this was all done online. And all my matches, all my squad builders are done online, so these stats will be accurate. The goals scored, I scored 23 goals with this squad, which is averaging over 2 goals per game. Goals against, I conceded 15 goals, which was quite a bit, but that's because 3 of my defenders had high work rates and my CDM wasn't as good. So if you change around the defence a little bit, it could be solid at the back. The goal difference was +8. I had a lot of tight games, and the games that I lost were actually 1 goal difference. The best player by far was Ivan Rakitic, just because he places the ball beautifully, he's got a good shot. If he had 4-star skills, he'd be very good. CDM, you got Mario Suarez as the worst player, just because he didn't really show that much class for me. His defending was okay, but not great. He didn't really prove that rock in CDM that you want them to be. Top assist man was Rakitic again. I've said it already. His placement with his passing is absolutely beautiful. Go and buy him now. And Morata was my top goal scorer. He scored goals for days. Very good player. And the team overall, 82 out of 100. For its price, it's a pretty good team. I'd say build it, but adapt the team in some ways, like the defense and CDM. And I made one opponent rage quit. Now, this is the end of the video, and there'll be highlights, but if you enjoyed the video, hit like and say why in the comments below. And if you didn't enjoy the video, hit dislike and say why in the comments below. And subscribe if you want to see more content. Now enjoy the gameplay, guys. I'm out. See ya.